Hi, I'm Chuck with Bennett Family Real Estate. I'm here today to talk about 5 things you might not know when buying a house. Number 1, it's an emotional process and you need a lot of patience. Number 2, mortgage pre-approval and financing. Number 3, how much to offer. Number 4, the home inspection. And number 5, getting to the finish line. This is an emotional process. It's a fairly long journey and you need to have lots of patience. There's going to be lots of things that come at you, lots of questions, lots of information that you have to provide, lots of things that you're not going to know about, they're going to have to learn. It's a great process, but it's a stressful process. Be ready for the journey. Number 2, making sure you have your mortgage pre-approval in place. One of the most important things you can do is making sure you understand how much you can borrow, how much you can spend on a home. We have a lot of buyers that get really disappointed when they fall in love with the home they've seen before they've done the work on their financing, only to find out they can't afford it. Make sure you go to your lender, talk to them, make sure they have all the documentation, make sure they have all the information, and only then find out from them how much of a house you can afford. It's really important to the process. Number 3, how much to offer. This is a challenging one because a lot of buyers make assumptions based on how long the house has been on the market, how many other people might be interested in it. And they usually make assumptions the wrong way. Oftentimes they'll assume because a house has been on the market for a long time that they can get a really low price. That's not always true. Sometimes the house is on the market for a long time because that seller's decided to stay right at the price that they've already listed it at. Also, how many other people are offering on those? Is it going to be competitive? Those are really important items that come into how much you should offer on a house. How important is it to you? How many boxes does it check? Critical points when you're buying a house. Number 4 is the home inspection. Critically important process to the house and to buying that house. A home inspector will give you 50 to 100 pages of things that are wrong with the house. It's important that you understand the difference between items that are major and items that are maintenance in context. Understanding those differences, talking to your home inspector, making sure you're asking him questions. Talk to him more than once. We often have buyers that haven't even talked to their home inspector before talking to us about a renegotiation. You really need to understand those differences and how important they are. Ask your home inspector questions. Things like, would you let your son or daughter buy this house? Or how does this house compare to other houses of similar age? Really important. Also, don't be afraid to get a contractor to come in and look. They'll give you far more information about an issue, how long it's going to take to fix, and the cost, and how important it is. Oftentimes, a contractor will look and say, it doesn't really need to be done. Really important. Make sure you understand the home inspection process before you buy the house. Number 5, getting to the finish line. Again, one of the more challenging parts. When you're getting ready to remove conditions, making sure you've understand your insurance, making sure you've reviewed the title, making sure you understand the inspection, making sure you budgeted for the closing costs, property transfer tax, the legal fees. How much is it going to cost to move? All those repairs that you're thinking about doing, how much are they going to cost? Those are all critical elements of getting to the finish line. Again, 5 things you might not think about when you're buying a house. Number 1, it's an emotional process. You're going to need to have patience. Number 2, financing. Making sure you're pre-approved before you go into houses and start looking. Super disappointing if you don't. Number 3, how much to offer. Number 4, the home inspection process. Again, super important to any purchase. And number 5, getting to the finish line. Again, it's an emotional journey. It's a bit of a roller coaster. It needs patience, but it's a great process. And at the end, you get your dream house and it's worth it. So remember to stay patient in the process. Thanks.